Pain profound, it's deep where the heart makes sound. One last beat and it might bleed out. I just might leave now, empty these airbags and lie me down. See the lies in your eyes catching up with your mouth. I made my mistakes, of course I never lived them down. You won't let me, left marks on your heart. You will never forget me, condescend me and call me proud. I told you what you need to win and how. I'm a madman now. My worst fears realized, no longer the sad clown, Pagliacci the Pennywise. The point of no return, make them ashes and let them fly. You ain't gon' save them all, so go ahead and just let them die. Murder these emotions, bury them deep inside. If I get any colder, I swear I'ma freeze the shy. All I could do is soldier, marching through a starry night, focused on the end game, finally gon' get it right. Find myself in the light, been fighting for my fucking life, dealing with you fake fucks. I ain't gotta say much, you know what it is, kid. I just wanna blaze up, continue getting rich, bitch, and blow the fucking name up. Built by where I came from, pushed by what I've been through. You deferred my dreams, the reason I resent you. It don't make no sense, you pretend I don't offend you. I'm everything you hate, but if you walked a mile in these shoes, you finally understand why it's not in me to respect you. We come from different fabric, different madness, different venue. We lost our common ground, the bond just wasn't sound. The objective was to come up, and now you bring me down. Now you bring me down.
Crushing me inside.
Cold stares and crooked smiles for what seemed a million miles. Every demon that I let in is out to hunt me down. Burn this jungle up around me, leave the ashes on the ground. Scorched earth, cursed birth, body bags of 4 pounds. This is what we left with, why else would we be desperate? Gunning for each other's heads, wishing everybody dead. Fight the reaper often, but he will never soften. Relentless with his methods, he will put you in a coffin. My mind isn't earned, cause I've already burned. Drowned in the dark matter, mirror shattered, I've learned. You won't take what I've earned, never break what I create. Cause I have made the sacrifices you're afraid to make. My fear is lost potential, being anything but great. Succumbing to the suckers, to the leeches and the hate. Politicians with their speeches in these streets cannot debate. Punch your ballots with these bullets and you'll run and seal your fate. Democracy's a mockery, only the strongest stay. The weak will fade away, and us will see another day. No matter what another motherfucker has to say, I will never let you hold me in one place. Your problems are your own, it's personal, emotions overblown. Living separate visions, conscience overthrown. I trust none of you bastards, I'm safest when I'm alone. It's sad, I understand it's how it is out on this road. To take a gorilla's grip to hold on to your soul. Brute force to stick to the script and not let it go. You can't slip, one false move and you'll never know. Had you gotten up, how far you go? How far you go? Hanging from a thread till you dead, cause your partner put a price on your head. Cause your chick was laying up in his bed, she getting beat detail, spilling every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale, a fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you could manage to maneuver the deep part. You a savage, you can have it, just show all your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, the soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I survive, find this lands for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, straight bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really nowhere to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shiver, this a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dents in your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence, dare you to say something. No sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next, open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think them Bible papers was shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving. Salutes. Welcome back to Shy Ill Reacts. I am your host, Shy Ill, and we are back in the building, and I appreciate you all for being here, right? Give us a little leeway tonight for catastrophe, because I'm working on something new right now. All right, we actually have 2 live streams going at one time. All right, we have a vertical live stream for people that like watching their phone, watching their YouTube in the vertical, or the live streams in the vertical of YouTube. So we're doing that. All right, we're doing that. You can see that there, boom. And at the same time, we're doing our regular. We're trying to see if we can help grow the channel by having both of those running at the same time. Hopefully everything doesn't explode. If you see my screens right now, they look crazy. All right, but learning something new. It's been a couple of days since I've been here. Again, been learning new things and trying to figure things out, and and handling other things and dealing with family and stuff like that, being with family. So, but we're back. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday night. It's a little late, but we here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to let the day close out without going live. Again, there was a whole lot of learning going on, so a lot of technical support, a lot of educational work when it came to the technicals. All right, salutes to the chat. I appreciate y'all being here. Ivy was early on his comedian shit today. He said, "Hey, so I don't mean to be ungrateful, but man, I suggest a stack of magazines for your waiting room, or like in an abacus or something, right? Abacus, the little thing with the things and the So, but no, I told him to holler at my assistant. Hold on, let me try to let me make sure everything. I got so many screens to make sure that they good back. Boom. Let me fix this. I don't know how small this looks on the actual screen. It's not that bad though. Salute to y'all. Again, you're gonna see me looking around at everything. The screen's just looking crazy. I got a lot going on. It'll take a little minute to get a little bit to get used to the two feeds going off at the same time. But salute to y'all. Hope everyone's having a good night. So that was my response was talk to my assistants about it. He said get someone with a wrench in here immediately. Right, there's no wrenches at that moment. Shout out Rilo in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you being here. All right. Ivy said, okay, so I forgot I was actually already on a cell phone. And we don't really use magazines or abacuses anymore. My suggestion still stands. All right. Well, my answer still stands. I let my assistant. I was busy trying to figure out the vertical over here. Salutes. All right. This is me making that announcement, so bear with us. Shout out Philly 500 pounds. Appreciate you, sir. Big June. Pleasure as usual. Chucky Chingon. Same deal. Salute Jonathan Pantoja. Appreciate you, sir. Right? Zorada says she's ready. Not with her ice cream, but with her Iggy's. I don't know what that is. She said like a raspado. Okay. Upper Echelon in the building. Salutes Upper Echelon for the check-in. Dope Pack. Colors of Fire. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Just wanted an excuse to use the word abacus. Bet. You got her done. All right. Appreciate y'all in the chat chilling. Ivy said, where was the wrenches when he needed them? I don't know, man. They were off on their own shit, man. But they here now, and that's what matters. Salutes to y'all. I'm looking at the numbers over here. I'm dropping frames. I'm thinking I'm dropping frames on the vertical version, but we're going to just let it ride. I'm going to see what happens. Y'all let me know if it affects our usual stream. If our usual stream is good, then we good. You know what I'm saying? I just try new things to see if they take the channel in a different direction. A couple of things I wanted to cover today. Again, we could talk about anything, but a couple of things I wanted to cover today is 3 Mexican YouTubers that were targeted by the cartel. I also want to talk about Trump wanting to send ill squads up into the montañas. And that's it. A couple other things. We probably won't be here too long. We'll see how that goes. But salutes to y'all again. Y'all know the housekeeping. We got the TTS links in the description. Right? For a $2 minimum donation, you can have your question, comment, or otherwise pop up right on the screen for all of us to see. But let me I'll get to that when we open up the screen to the video we're about to watch. Ivy said it's an honor for him to be not wrenched up in here with Upper Echelon. Yeah, salutes to the both of you wrenchless motherfuckers. Appreciate y'all though. Salutes 030 North on the check-in. All right. We're gonna see if this vertical stream is worth it at all. Right? Cause it's already been a lot of like I don't know how to put the two look, I got 030 North in both chats, all right? Salutes 030 over here, salutes 030 over there. You know what I mean? Hundreds up for 030 in both chats. I got two separate chats for the vertical and the horizontal joint. Prayers for you and the whole family, and prayers to the ill cartel. Salutes to you, Rilo. Appreciate you. All right, let's get it. 3 Mexican YouTubers. Let me hit the record button on both of these. Do I need both? Nah. Again, I'm hoping that this vertical function right here making shorts a lot easier. All right. Upper Echelon, no, not like Italian ice, more like raspado, but a finer ice. Real good. They only a thinner ice. They only used to have them in AZ. It's now franchised, so I'm sure you guys will see them at some point. Salutes. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hit the record here. Boom. It's another function, boy. We taking these computers to their limits around here. All right. Appreciate y'all. Let's get it. I'm gonna knock down the top right here. Bow. Again, for the $2 minimum donation, the link is in the description for TTS, and it'll look something like this.
Test user sent $50 test message. Bow. So you can have your question, comment, concern, or cuss out put right up there on the screen for a $2 minimum donation. Salutes to y'all. Got 2 links for that, and then I'll drop those in the chat. Shit, drop them in both chats. I think I gave myself double work doing this. You know what I mean? See what we got here. Boom. Here's the power chat link. Boom. Paste that there. Yeah, I gave myself double work. That's what I did with this vertical. So YouTube got to figure out how to put this all together where you could simultaneously be doing a horizontal stream and a vertical stream at the same time. Where it's less of the hubble that I had to do to get this to happen, but whatever. All right, salutes to y'all. Boom, drop that in the chat. The TTS links are in the chat. We also have the playlist for those that haven't gotten to those. Drop those in here real quick. Wow. Right, and we'll do our exclusive Flores Twins joint right here. Copy that. Paste that. Paste it there. Oh yeah, definitely gave myself more work. What are we looking like on the drop frames? No, we good. All right, we also have super thanks, super chat, super stickers, all that good stuff for people that are able to support the channel on that level. We appreciate you. The least and the greatest thing you can do is hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you have yet to do so. Hit the notification bell so we can keep you abreast of when we on and popping. Let's get it, y'all. I'm gonna hit those record buttons are ready to go. We on and popping. Let's get it. 3 Mexican YouTubers unalived by rug cartels. This comes based and off of the back of the question that we got from Ivan the other day about should I be scared because of the shit that I be saying. I ain't saying nothing that a motherfucker can't see with his own 2 eyes, so it is what it is. Let me see. What was I looking for? I want to knock the chat down. That ain't it. This one. There we go. All right, let's get it. Shout out IB on the 199. Super chat. Appreciate you, sir. He said, because we in here. Hit the like button on that super chat, y'all. There's a like button on that super chat, man. Everybody should hit that. Nathan, we are live. We are live vertical. We are live horizontal. We are live in the flesh. We are live in the spirit realm, all right? We are in all dimensions, and every dimension is in us all at the same time. I've been watching a lot of Joe Rogan with Terrence Howard and Billy Carlson and all these dudes, so, we dimensioning it up. Let's get it. 3 Mexican YouTubers unalived by rug cartels.
En Acapulco, allá asesinaron a tiros a la bloguera.
Over in Acapulco yesterday, a vlogger named Nana Pelucas was unalived and unalivenated.
Nana Pelucas.
En
Mexico, consternation over the assassination of recognizable influencer Super Chinelo.
Consternación por el asesinato del reconocido influencer Super Chinelo, al que tirotearon frente
who was unalived in front of his wife and
a
young
su
child.
esposa y a su pequeñito.
Se está investigando si el asesinato
Investigations on whether the assassinations of famous YouTuber El Compa Jorge has any connection to a video he posted over a year ago, where he details the time he met Ivan Archibaldo, one of El Chapo's sons. YouTubers unalived by the cartel. Pamika Montenegro had a passion for journalism and vlogging, creating her YouTube channel El Sillón Show back in 2012, where she began posting daily vlogs, makeup tutorials, and political commentary.
Jonathan Pantoja sent $5 salutes to you, my dude. Always grinding and growing it, handing in the quality content. Thank you for the ranch. I want to keep it 100 points with Jay and state that I didn't want to eat and talk the other day, lol. To the committed like and subscribe free.
Salute Jonathan Pantoja, Mario Pantoja, for the $5 super chat. He says, salute Shael, my dude, always grinding and growing, expanding in the quality content. Thank you for the wrench. I want to keep it 100 with Jay and state that I didn't want to eat and talk the other day to the committed. Like and subscribe for free. So a little bit of insight on, let me pause this real quick. A little bit of insight on what Jonathan's talking about is we were in the voice chat in the Discord the other night. And it was me, Zoraida, I believe Young Jizzle was in there. We were having a conversation. And Jonathan was there. He was ghost watching, though. He had nothing to say, which is okay. We don't mind people sitting in and listening. We know you're there. You know what I'm saying? But he said he didn't want to do the Jay Flores and be munching and taking Ruffles bags and, you know, ruffling them shits up in front of the microphone like Jay was. So, you know, he stood out of the conversation for a little while. So, salutes to Jay and his Ruffles. Salutes to Jonathan and his super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I hope y'all having a good day. Let's get it. Chucky Chicon, yeah, me too. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. How's the weather in Tucson? Okay, y'all having a weather conversation? We good. I'm going to do this. Here we go. Hit this pausa and let's get it. Pamika soon began playing the role, and you know what? Let me make sure I read that back there. Pamika Montenegro had a passion for journalism and vlogging, creating her YouTube channel El Sillon Show back in 2012, where she began posting daily vlogs, makeup tutorials, and political commentary videos. Pamika soon began playing the role of a satirical and exaggerated character named Nana Pelucas, who wore a big curly black wig, red lipstick, and glasses. She'd visit neighborhood supermarkets as Nana Pelucas and interact with locals who enjoyed her company. It wasn't long before she gained some name recognition. Pamika soon began using her Nana Peluca character in her political videos. Pamika soon began using her Nana Peluca's character in her political videos, criticizing and exposing corrupt local Acapulco government officials while offering viewers an informational and humorous take.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce.
Pues resulta que los regidores están pidiendo un maravilloso bono.
So it turns out the aldermen are asking for a marvelous farewell bonus.
De despedida. ¿Sí, mis niños?
Yes, my children, a farewell bonus.
Después de que esta fue la peor
Even though this was considered the worst administration we've ever had, and despite the fact that they passed time only effing around at God knows where. I gotta slow her down, she's moving fast, all right? Get this up outside. Salutes to Oso on the check-in, the OG wrench holder in the building. Salutes to you. Appreciate you, sir. Let's get it. Looking around at the numbers, y'all. I'm a little paranoid at how this is working. I got 0 concurrent viewers on the vertical, so we'll see how that goes. And let me lower this a little so I can... A farewell bonus. Even though this was considered the worst administration we've ever had, and despite the fact that they passed time only effing around and God knows where, because every time I visit their offices, I'd never find any of them there. I'd find no one. And now they're asking for a little bonus? Can you believe this? Well, now I kind of want to work as an alderman since they never do shit. And yet, look, all the money they make. What are your opinions? Leave your comments down below and I'll definitely make sure they reach our aldermen who want their little bonuses. To the aldermen, you guys have 0 what? You guys have 0 shame. Criticizing and upsetting political officials or drug cartels through the press can have deadly repercussions in Mexico, where suppression of free speech is a rampant problem. So, you know, y'all's people in Mexico is basically held hostage by everybody. You know what I'm saying? They can't, I didn't even take the, hold on a sec, man. See, I'm already having vertical problems. No wonder nobody's watching. I didn't take down the curtain over there. Wow, there we go. Again, it's lessons learned. All right, salutes. All right, you guys can't say nothing about the cartel, and you can't say nothing about the politicians because they one and the same. In some instances, and in other instances, they are the same. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. It's just wilding. IB said, are multiple screens necessary for vertical? I'm assuming that's what you meant by that. Are multiple screens necessary for vertical? Nah, I'm using one system to send out the vertical feed and the horizontal feed. But with that, since they're separate, comes, instead of me having one chat, I got two chats. Instead of me having one live studio, I got two live studios. Instead of me having one playback on OBS, I got two. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole lot of shit to watch. We're figuring it out. I'm gonna have, as far as monitors, I already got two here, but I'm gonna have to add a third because I'm all out of space over here. Also said in the Shy it's the same shit. So well, yeah, we held hostage by the street and held hostage by the politicians. That's what you meant? Let me know. All right, let's get it. Mexico's considered one of the most dangerous countries to be a journalist in. Since 2000, more than 150 journalists have been unalived in the country, with most cases remaining unsolved and improperly investigated. Not long passed before Nana Pelucas attracted the attention of the independent cartel of Acapulco. In 2016, Pamica began to receive unaliving threats. Messages written on banners accusing Pamica of working against the cartel were posted around a restaurant she owned near a popular tourist spot in Acapulco. Pamica will respond by denying any association with cartels and stating that all the information reported on her YouTube channel and all other social media is reliable and had always remained honest. In 2018, Pamica Montenegro was working a late shift inside her restaurant when two hired sicarios entered her establishment. The cold-blooded assassin sat down and ordered 2 beers before fatally shooting Pamica 3 times in the dome. One of Pamica's unalivers was eventually caught and discovered to be a sicario named Edgar Saul El Pipas, who worked for the independent cartel of Acapulco. But despite investigators having a substantial amount of evidence to prosecute him, the judge overhearing the case dismissed the charges due to an insufficient amount of evidence. Of course, Mexican cartels are notorious for paying off judges and prosecutors, allowing them to unalive and snatch up anybody without consequences. That boy got a hole. The people responsible for Nana Peluca's unaliving remain free. And this lady was just doing a service for the people. And the people she directed her shit at was the politicians, and the cartel came after her. It's just no shame, man. Anybody for any reason, for anything. I mean, that's there. Here, there's some pushback. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's pushback here. Also said useless alderman. So that's the connection, absolutely. Ivy said I meant for us. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it more confusing than it is already. Yeah, so Ivy, there's 2 live streams happening right now. So like if you were to leave this one and look on my channel, there should be a vertical live stream there as well. Blessings to the people in the South and West. I hope y'all find a way to stay fresh. Man. Yeah, it's hot out there, huh? Salutes to y'all, man. Get the dogs in the house. Mexico is now Colombia in the 90s. Absolutely. Oppressed. oppressed, not just under one person either. Oppressed under mad cartels. Just oppressed, oppressed, oppressed. Do not wake up with virtue in Mexico, because it seems like you're a target if you do. You know what I mean? Seems like you're a target if you do. So, salute to y'all. Had somebody tell me the other day that in the comments that he thinks I hate Mexicans. I hate stupid motherfuckers like him. No matter what color, race, ethnicity. I hate dumb shits like him. But I love me some Mexican people. I love everybody. Facts. Also, the cartel fund the show. Facts. They make the world go around. They're making the world go around over there. That's for sure. All right, let's get on to this next piece. What's up, my friends? Hope you're having a marvelous day or afternoon. Here we're dropping a new video where we will be heading out to the streets of Culiacan. So hold on, but we're not done with that lady, the peluca lady. It's a lady, man. What kind of threat is she to you, right? It's like you could take. It's just, it makes these killers seem soft. You know what I'm saying? But they're like, no, we gotta take out old people and kids and women, you know, just so people know to keep in line. It's like, whatever, man. I mean, I didn't see that lady do nothing crazy. I feel like it was more egregious what they did on Millennial when the lady instantly was like gung-ho about who she knew unalive that 3-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, people, I got to speak in code. YouTube keeps demonetizing us. But what they did was more egregious than what this peluca lady did. She didn't blame nothing on nobody. She said, oh, these aldermen want, they want a bonus. These greedy pigs want a bonus. Right? Then it turns into something else. Then you got a couple of jerk-offs eating tacos in her restaurant. And they smoke her. Sad story. I don't get it. All right, let's get up with this Jorge dude right here. Here we are, marvelous afternoon. Here we are dropping a new video where we'll be heading out into the streets of Culiacan. In 2020, Jorge Luis uploaded his first YouTube video on his channel, Compa Jorge, where he laid out his ideas and plans for future videos on the channel. Jorge would start with simple vlogs and storytime videos, but eventually found his niche and began releasing content focusing on expensive custom vehicles and his personal UTV collection. Jorge filmed his videos in his home city of Culiacan, Sinaloa, where living a comfortable lifestyle and owning flashy cars can attract unwanted attention, especially from the cartel. Greedy as hell, boy. In 2021, Jorge uploaded a storytime video recounting the night he was snatched and questioned by presumed cartel members. The experience had left a significant impact on Jorge's mental health. Freaked him out, huh? How's it going, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Compa Jorge. In this video, friends, we're going to do something different, because I'm going to talk to you guys about an anecdote that happened to me. I'll be telling you guys a story on how I was snatched up here in Culiacan. Jorge and I'll also touch on the dangers of living in a city like Culiacan. The truth on the dangers you can face in the encounter I faced. It was something that really left me traumatized for life. I went around 4 to 5 months without going out because I was afraid. Even when stopping at red lights in a panic. Okay, my people, soon we'll be traveling to the spot where I was taken. And to be honest, I haven't been here since that day. Just entering through here again makes me feel dread. So on that day I was hanging out with a friend, and if he asked me if I can give his friends a ride home, and he asked me if I could give his friends a ride home, I was like, okay, cool. Even though I had no idea where they lived. Hold on, let me check the numbers over here, y'all. Not looking good for this. I'm going to wait for them to fix this because it's not looking good for this vertical streaming. Chucky said it's been like that in Mexico forever. Just now everything gets shown and recorded. It's all about who you know. And then, now here's the thing though. We're talking to one person, you, right, that'll say that. And then there's some other person that'll be like, nah, everything's fine. They blow it out of proportion. It doesn't exist. That's not really true. The truth, they don't show the truth on the internet. And it's like, well, which one is it? Is it somewhere in the middle? Because I think the people that brush it off, they either benefit from it or they just haven't, it ain't bit them yet. You know, so I don't know. Jonathan said, I've just seen Aquí y Ahora do a segment on the day they were trying to get Chapo's son, but let him go on National Geographic Channel. There were a lot of journalists sending out news feeds. I covered that a long time ago. It will not upload to YouTube without getting flagged for copyright. I've been trying to figure it out. I'm gonna try to cut it some more, try it again, but similar to the National Geographic Channel when we were getting clapped, there were a lot of journalists sending out news feeds. But yeah, it's probably the same. It's probably the same documentary, if I'm not mistaken. We'll figure it out though.
Y me paro aquí, plebes. Ahorita les voy a mostrar. Guáchese, mi gente. Cuenta, yo salí por esta calle, que me pongo a dejarlas y ya. Le dije, Simón, yo no sabía dónde iban las muchachas. Y ya me vengo a dejarlas y ya.
But we leave, and as soon as I drop them off, I leave. Then I come to a stop here. I'll show you in a second. Look at this, my people. I was heading down this street. I see this park here, this basketball court. And all the lights were turned on at night. Stopped right here, and it was about 12:30, 1 a.m. So I stopped right here where all the lights were on because I felt kind of nervous because I didn't recognize the neighborhood or anything. I also felt like vomiting and urinating. That's also why I had to stop here. It was lit. I decided to relieve myself here so I can go home comfortably. So I stand outside my car like this so I can vomit. Well, you a victim like that when I suddenly hear a car approaching. I hear the car stopping here. So I'm in a position and hear the car. I do this with my hands so they can give me a second. And when I finish vomiting, I peek my head from under my arm and I see someone with a rifle standing there. And I said, oh shit. I want to lift my head, but he gets behind me and says, don't move, bro. We work for the state. So, what do y'all think? Y'all think is whoever he was with set him up, brought him there? Knew he was lit, brought him there. He's standing outside the car, dizzy, soft, looking like a victim. They snatch him up. It sound like whoever he was dropping off, or whoever was with the dude that he knew that he ended up dropping off, they set him up. Okay, officer. I say and explain to him that I'm drunk and vomiting. Okay, only revision. He replied and begins to pat me down. When I became hesitant, he grabs and pulls out my phone. I own 2 phones. So he takes my phones and begins to question me. What are you doing here, bro? I respond, no, I'm just here dropping off some friends asking for a ride. I dropped them off around the corner. He says, no, the problem is you shouldn't be over here, bro. No, I was just about to go home. Well, bro, then get in the vehicle, he said. My thing is, to me, if you getting snatched up and you are the target, right? If they're snatching you up because of your content and you are the target, they would have got you at the bar. They would have got you before you got there. It's either the dude set you up that you just dropped off, or you just got caught up by some dudes on the wrong side of town. But it doesn't seem like the cartel was out to get you type shit. I don't know. I thought, oh, thank God, all they did is take my phones. I can leave now. Do this, open the door to the vehicle, and he says, nah, bro, don't act stupid. And I apologize for the language, but he said, get in the passenger side and put your head on the middle console with your hands behind your back. I said, no, sir, please. I was just about to leave. I didn't do anything. Nah, bro, hop in. We get in my vehicle. I kneel my legs on the passenger floor, my head on the console, and then one of the guys come from behind and ties my hands and eyes. I'll explain the rest in the car. It's scary even being out here. Well, you've been pretty comfortable out there doing your reenactment. Shout out Young Jizzle on the check-in. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for being here. All right, everything's looking good. So I say yes. Mistake number 1. Why did you get out? Specifically, if you didn't know the area. Exactly. He made himself an easy target when he did that. Facts. Yeah, Jonathan, you can send me that. But definitely, his mistake number 1 was why did he get out the car specifically if you didn't know the area, and he made himself an easy target. Like, you standing outside in somebody's hood, you bound to get snatched. Right? I'm seeing the vertical take a hit. Took a hit right there. We'll see what happens. So I have my head on the middle console. My legs are on the passenger floor. They start questioning me and asking me what I do for a living. I said, man, I got a tortilla joint. Tortilla shop, that's what I do for a living. Oh, so you can afford a nice truck like this from tortilla money? I reply, yeah, thank God I make good money from it. Nah, you think I'm stupid? You work for the cartel. Nah, bro, nothing like that. Nah, don't act stupid, bro. Then he turns up the song on the radio. It turns out the music playing was... So my neighbor used to be El Potro de Sinaloa. I know a lot of you don't recognize him, but he's famous regional Mexican singer. Very famous here in Culiacan. And he had just released a song dedicated to a recently unalived cartel boss named Julio Beltran. So he turns up the music and you hear that song play. And to make things worse, my last name is Beltran. Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? You slid down a blade and landed in an alcohol river, dog. Cause you had to take somebody home and you was feeling nauseous. You wilding. Yeah, the vertical stream is dying a slow death over there. I could see it. Why go though if you don't know where the area is? Yeah, supposedly he was dropping somebody off. And even if you do, why get out the whip? Why stand there? Why take your time? You know what I'm saying? So I said, my kind of guy makes tortillas. That's a tortilla making motherfucker. He says, oh man, so you work for Julio Beltran? I said, nah, bro. I didn't even know the guy. How you don't know him? Your plate's from Durango. Beltran was from Durango. You have plates from Durango. Durango license. And you're Julián Beltran's people. Nah, bro, I swear I don't know the guy at all. That disc was gifted to me by the singer. He was my neighbor. He said, nah, stop acting stupid. He said, I swear on my mother's life. He responds, so you're a putita? I replied, no, sir, but if you guys say I'm a putita, then he got smacked in the mouth. He punched him in the back with the barrel of the gun. Holy shit, it hurt so bad. In fact, I'll put up a picture of what the barrel of the gun looks like. Every time I answered, they call me a putita and pistol whip me in the back. They asked me if I worked for Jose, names different cartel bosses. Yo, what's crazy is the man's name is Jorge, right? So they got his name here and the line he's saying, and then it says Jose names different cartel bosses. You mean Jorge names different cartel bosses? Y'all wildin'. They asked me for a bunch of people that I know nothing about. So they keep hitting me, and then suddenly they tell me, stop complaining. You can be a man. I respond, bro, with all due respect, the beatings hurt. Take it like a man. Are you not a man? And as the car kept going, the guy driving was using his pistol grip to caress the back of my head. He kept clicking the safety on and off and said, I have no problem unaliving you right here. The only thing I asked him was, hey, bro, can I ask you one favor? We're not here to do favors, he replied. There's only one favor that I want to ask you for. I told him. Let's see what you want. What favor you want?
Si me vas a matar, le dije.
If you're gonna unalive me, the only favor I ask is that you leave me somewhere my family can find me.
No me dejes en el monte, no me,
Don't dump me in the mountains. Don't leave me discarded like nothing. I told him. If you're gonna unalive me, the only thing I beg
en una parte
is that you leave me somewhere my family can find me.
me dice, morro, dice, me caíste bien, me dijo.
He said, man, you got on my good
Aquí
side.
te voy a dejar.
So I'll let you go here.
Fue donde me dejaron.
This is where they dropped
Me
me off.
desamarraron. Me desamarraron las manos.
They untied my hands and told me you're gonna stay here for 5 minutes. But they didn't take nothing from him. They didn't jack him for nothing. He kept his whip, all of that. Like, I don't know, man.
Minutos. Ahorita vas a escuchar que se va a ir el motor.
You hear the car leave, then you wait 5 minutes to take your blindfold off, and then you go home.
Quita la venda de los ojos y ya, te vas para tu casa.
What's up, man? We gonna put up a poll and see if he telling the truth or not, or not telling the truth. I don't know. We'll see what's up. All right, we matched up concurrent viewers on the vertical and the horizontal, but the vertical seems to be dropping frames for some reason. All right, unfortunately, maybe I need to update my system, make my system a lot stronger for that. So probably no live streaming on the vertical. Probably just record and upload videos the way I would do anything else. We're gonna let it play out though today. For those that are watching the vertical feed and the vertical feed keeps freezing, just so you know, there is another live stream on this channel, horizontal view, working just fine, or at least it should be. Y'all let me know. All right, salute to y'all. Let me see, make sure. Oh, this one's up here looking bad too. I don't know. Let's see. All I know is Mexico got their first Jewish Mexican president. Shit's about to get interesting. We about to see. Sorry, Pedro, no tortillas. It's a lot of bad coincidences to be in. So that I said, that's what I was thinking. Like, and here's the good coincidence. They just gonna let Buddy go? Like, I don't know, man. That part don't, whatever. Months after uploading his kidnapping experience on YouTube, Juan uploaded a story time video talking about the time he unknowingly spoke to one of Chapo's sons. Now let me tell you something. Once you put yourself in a position where you're the story time guy, now you ain't got no content. You kind of stressed for content. You go looking for ways to add more content, and you end up lying on yourself, or you end up creating these stories, or you end up, like making up some shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. For those that don't know, Robin Williams. Robin Williams was addicted to laughter, to getting people to laugh. You know what I'm saying? But he was also a busy man. And he was also a dude with a lot of things going on. So at some points, he would hear something funny from another comedian. He'd take the joke. He'd pay the comedian for the joke. Or he'd take it until the guy figured it out. And then the guy would confront him about it. And then he would pay him then. But, Robin Williams was known to be a joke thief. But that's because when you have this desperation for content, you start making shit up. Maybe this guy was just telling a story. How can you keep up with story time videos? You know what I'm saying? When how many extraordinary things have happened to you in your life? You know what I'm saying? So again, some people's lives are different from others, but you feel me. His viewers speculate on whether this video caught the attention of the opposing cartel groups. The future of Jorge and his channel seemed bright, amassing hundreds of subscribers. Hundreds? Oh, and thousands of views per new video uploaded. But soon Jorge's plans will be tragically short. I'd love to know what his numbers were. Because this shit says hundreds of subs. Like, bro, if you was that thirsty and you was lying about shit to hold up a channel with hundreds of subs, that's a problem. All right, shout out 298 Sosa is in the vertical chat. All right, 298, we in the horizontal chat if it works better for you over here. All right, we got two lives going on at the same time. I'm sure it's confusing. I was just trying something new, but it dies on the vine today. You know what I mean? So 298 Sosa, you're welcome to come over to the horizontal side. Salutes. Sounds like DJ Who Kid and Big Pun story. Absolutely. IB said, wow, never heard that about Robin Williams. Oh, yeah. Notorious for it. A lot of comedians got paid, and a lot of comedians talk about it. Zoraya said, also, yes, I'm very curious to see how it all pans out. Or Ivy said, or maybe just wanted to not hear it if I did. And that's real. That's a real thing. Same thing with these guys with their cartel boss boyfriends. These guys that are like fans and shit. You know? They love it. They love it. They love the ignorance of not knowing. So, you know, it is what it is, but, you know, Robin Williams is it doesn't make him a horrible person. It makes him a joke thief. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If anybody had, if there was a guy that was going to steal your joke and had an excuse for it, it's probably that guy. You know what I'm saying? But, you know. Nah, JFL, we're not accepting that checking in shy shit unless you're sticking around. Salutes to you. Appreciate you, JFL. 298, all right, he's back on this side of the building. Didn't mean to pull you away from the vertical. That's a test over there. YouTube got jokes. It kicks right out the chat. YouTube wildin', huh? All right, JFL, if you checking in, you hanging out, what you on, man? So that I say you ain't spending enough quality time in the chat, bruh. Holla. But I would love to know his. I would love to know this dude's numbers and to see if he really did have hundreds of subscribers and thousands of views, because that would be a disappointment. Ivy said, I'm a kid who grew up in the 90s. He's practically like on the level of Mr. Rogers and Big Bird for me. Absolutely. But, you know, there was a whole different side to him. The whole different side was, you know, the rugs, he was an adult comic, but he was a star. You know what I'm saying? That there was a time where, you know, when they were doing that comic relief shit and all of that, like the guy was a giant, you know what I mean? So he had a lot going on. But yeah, absolute truth. You can look into it though. Here to stay as long as what I here. Salutes to you, JFL. Appreciate it. All right, man. That vertical is looking like it's shit in the bed, so we're gonna just keep going over here. The future for Jorge and his channel seemed bright, amassing hundreds of subscribers and thousands of views per new video. But soon, Jorge's plans would be tragically cut short. On April 18, 2022, Jorge was leaving his home to head to work when a vehicle full of armed men pulled up in front of the house. El compa Jorge was fatally shot multiple times outside his home and unalived at the age of 36. His unalivers remain free, and his murder remains unsolved. His unaliving remains unsolved. So was that a case of... Was Jorge a case of maybe he lied on them? Maybe he lied on them and had to, you know, tell one of his story time stories, and they're like, bro, enough of this dude lying on us already. There's 2 or 3 times he's lying on us. And they went and got him over that. Or did he have something? Because if a guy's willing to tell stories like that, right, and kind of implicate himself in people's shit, owns a torteria, maybe he had something happening behind the scenes, right? Who knows? Maybe it had nothing to do with him being a YouTuber. Right? What do we know? Yo, that vertical is falling apart. How was it looking over there when you was over there, 298? It looks like the ghetto over there right now. Right? So like I said, we cool over here anyway. Salutes IB. He said, oh yeah, I know about all that stuff. I've done all that stuff. The joke thieving is what gets me. Yeah, man. I mean, he was human. That Marquitos Toy Podcast dude, they found out was funded by Work Nini. Was funded by Work. Nini plus his brother and Pops was on the scene. Yeah, he's going to tell on all of them. Eventually, everybody can get it. Also, shout out Fernando. Fernando sent me some paperwork. We're going to do a paperwork party for El Nini soon. ASAP. We'll figure it out. I don't know what's happened, man. These live streams are going crazy right now. It was a test. You got to test things out, you know what I mean? But maybe this guy had something going on behind the scenes, or he lied on the wrong dude too many times, or the wrong people too many times. Or He was just a YouTuber and they came to victimize him. It ain't above them to do that. They do shit like that all the time. Doesn't really matter. Super Chinelo. Hey, what's happening, guys? How are you? How are you guys doing? Now let me figure this dude's face out, man. So what is this? He got a giant chin on him? What is he doing? Well, for me, it's a blessing and an honor to be here with all you guys. Super Chinelo was a small YouTuber living in Ixtapaluca, Mexico, who shared his passion for promoting his local town's cultural dances and traditions online. Now, how can that get you murked? You know what I'm saying? How does that turn into you not being here no more? Hit the like button, y'all. Super Chinelo, whose real name was Ruben Ortega, wore a mask of a red caricature and frequently live streamed. Hold on, let me try this again. Super Chinelo, whose real name was Ruben Ortega, wore a mask of a red caricature and frequently live streamed events in his town, which also made him a loved local celebrity. Super Chinelo and his wife crash a random quinceañera and celebrate with the birthday girl. This guy seems like a pleasure, seems like an asset to the community, somebody that you should keep around, somebody that if you're a gangster, you should probably fund, keep the community happy, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Everybody loved Ruben, and with a YouTube channel comprised of over 2,000 close-knit and supportive subscribers, nobody expected Super Chinelo's sudden tragic demise. On August 31st, 2022, Ruben was arriving home with his wife and 4-year-old son when he was ambushed by several men waiting for him in a nearby car. The assassins approached Ruben Ortega and shot him several times, unaliving him instantly. That's him without the mask. His wife was also shot and left in critical condition, while their 4-year-old son was spared but laid witness to his father's unaliving. That's crazy. Why? The motive behind Super Chinelo's unaliving remains unclear, but speculations point toward previous social media posts where he openly criticized a corrupt Mexican political organization. Politics, gangsterism, unaliving innocent people, same deal. All from the same pot. All of it's pulled from the same pot. You know what I mean? That guy wasn't bothering nobody. That guy just had an opinion. Brainless motherfuckers don't want nobody to have an opinion. Brainless motherfuckers just want you to kowtow and be the sheep like everybody else. That's a sad story. That's 3 sad stories. The one in the middle seems a little strange. Seems like he was telling stories. The lady at the beginning, the peluca lady, she just had an opinion. She had a want to help the people. Right? There's people in the comments that are going to defend evil men taking out innocent people that want to help other innocent people. That want to see other innocent people flourish. Right? But they'll champion them. But they so pussy they don't realize that they oppress. Just a bunch of dick riders. Crazy to me. The middle story, the Jorge story, that seemed like he was in some shit. You can't keep up a story time show without stories. So someone probably got to make them up. And then this Super Chinelo, I wish they would give whatever opinion that he had. I wish this video would have showed it and let us know, hey, this is what he said, and this is why they came at him, you know? But unfortunately, you could be the bozo of your neighborhood out there. You could be a 3-year-old. You could be a 12-year-old kid. You could be an older person at the end of your life. The oppression is there waiting for you day and night. There's no lack of oppression for people under the thumb of the cartel and the government. So we'll see what the new, Jewish Mexican president has to say or do, or, who she's gonna be in cahoots with, who she's coming after. We'll see. We'll see. That has to do with our next topic, but we'll get there. We'll get there shortly. All right, let's get back to the chat. Salutes to y'all. Let me turn this up right here. Wait, Super Chinelo's unaliving remains unsolved, and we saw that. Salutes to Buddy. They did him dirty. For what? We don't even know. All right, shout out to them. Let me put this back up. Let me put this back up. All right. Shout out to the chat. 298 Sosa said it was definitely when I was in the chat. I was typing over your face. No Diddy. It's ghetto on that side, but I'm trying to make it work. We got 6 people in there. Salutes to the vertical watchers. All right. Or we've had 6 people. It's 3 people in there now. We got 0 likes to the vertical watchers. Please hit the like button. Appreciate you. I'm gonna have to re-edit that whole this whole stream and drop it on the vertical. But again, I'm able to at least record on the vertical. Salutes to Rilo on the check-in with the Cash App. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. Salutes to you for supporting the channel on that level, sir. Let me get back down this chat. IB says, sorry to keep taking it back off subject, but as a visual artist, one of the things you do when you're learning is master copies, which is literally copying well-known paintings by old masters. Difference was he was an old master taking the young comedians' jokes. You know what I'm saying? The guys on the way up. Dercio said there was another Mexican influencer that passed this week. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. IB says, so as a young comic, your only place to practice is literally a stage in front of people. Yeah, absolutely. That's where you work things out. Shout out to Brittany on the check-in. Salutes to you, young lady. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. IB said it's rough because, of course, we want to call out our own government for everything wrong it does, but it seems like the common denominator all over the world is corruption and power. All over the world, everywhere. If you can stand on some poor person's neck and make $1, do it. What did somebody say the other day? They said I think it was Dave Smith. He said the Clintons been politicians and lawyers this whole time, and somehow they're billionaires. You know what I'm saying? They're millionaires. From what? From your $250,000 pay that you get for being president? Like, what are we talking about here? You know, so again, salutes Brittany on the check-in. 298. I don't know what 298. And so that they're talking about. Jonathan said, I'm back. For some reason, the live unalived. Then I went to a live where I was stuck without the chat or ability to chat. I was just getting the feed and was able to see the chat. I keep seeing the numbers. The numbers go up to 20 and then they'll come down to 8. I don't know what's happening, y'all. YouTube trying to hold me down. I'm working hard. We tried the vertical. We'll see. The vertical ain't really. I think I need to upgrade the computer a little bit more. I think I'm using everything it got. I guess at least we're supposed to be corrupt, but with human rights. No, throw the human rights out the window. Nobody gives a shit about human rights no more. That's dead. Eddie Jimenez on the vertical side. Oh, wait a minute. No, see, I wasn't able to do it right there. Let me see. Nah. Eddie Jimenez on the vertical side of the live stream, sir. We are over here on the horizontal side. It's very confusing today. We have 2 streams going at the same time, but I don't think it'll ever happen again. All right. Salutes to you, Eddie Jimenez, on the check-in. We appreciate you, sir. All right. They got 2 live streams going at the same time. It's a whole clusterfuck. I know what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to do these live streams. I'm just going to record a vertical version and just upload it afterwards. No problem. See, so that I said, see, I told you YouTube's tripping. YouTube's wilding is what YouTube's doing. Right? It's my life story. I be saying to the last conversation, I thought you meant RW was doing that on the way up, not to people who were under him. Kind of misunderstood that point on my part. Yeah, no, this was after he was already who he was, and past that point, Again, his agent would reach out to you, or he would reach out to you, and he'd throw you some money for the joke, Sometimes he got caught. People would call him out on it, and he paid them. Again, writing comedy wasn't his priority by that point. And again, who knows what he was going through. He was outed, but he's still beloved. And I don't think it was malicious on his point. I think there was a time where he was the baddest dude in the world as far as comedy goes. And how do you not make him laugh that hard anymore and you okay with it? Now he figured he had to figure out a way to make him laugh like that again, All right, salute to you. So I wanted to check out this joint over here. Again, yeah, this is the last time I do this live stream with the vertical joint. I'll figure that out. But let's talk about let's just say Trump comes into office, right? Again, I have no dog in the fight. To me, as far as hold on a sec. Eddie Jimenez on the check-in. Thanks for explaining. I kept wondering what I did wrong. 2 live streams. So if you get out of that live stream, you'll probably come find us over here, dog. Yeah, me salutes. I don't have no dog in this race. You know what I'm saying? I heard JD DeLay quote somebody today, and it's absolutely right. And I'll just quote it in my way. I'll put my stank on it. But it's the left, the right. It's the Republican candidate, the Democratic candidate, whatever. As far as I'm concerned, they're both puppets, and they got the same guy's hands up their ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what it is as far as I'm concerned. So that's not the conversation we're having. But we are having the conversation of Donald Trump, if he does get into office. He's saying he wants to send ill squads to Mexico to get cartel bosses. Now, we're going to watch this little vid on this. All right? Y'all chime in. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this would be a good idea, bad idea? Do you think the people would welcome something like this? Do you think the people want to be rescued from that oppression? They don't want to be put under another kind of oppression, I'm sure. Right? And I'm sure America ain't going on sending no ill squads and not getting nothing out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you guys think? Y'all let me know. IB said, yeah, the human rights thing is a part of the facade of moral high ground that whoever thinks they're on the right side of history and what it uses to justify power, even if non-existent to begin with. It's all a farce. All of it's a farce. It's not about money. Money is money. Money helps get the power. At the end of the day, it's the power. Can I stand on a people? And if the people give them the opportunity to stand on them, they're gonna take it. All right. Jonathan said, "I like this live. My normal way of living live." Salutes. JFL says, "Shy, run for it. You got my vote, and I promise you, there'll be no hands. No, I'm no puppet." You know what I'm saying? So I'll take your vote, man. All right. We opening up prisons tomorrow, letting all the potheads out. Salutes. Also said it's all the same. It's all the same. Two puppets with the same dude's hands up their ass. All right, Eddie Jimenez found his way across the dimensional bridge from the vertical world into the horizontal world over here. Salutes to you, sir. Also said it is a facade. It's all a facade. Trump is all talk. You ain't doing nothing, according to JFL. IB said, good to be alive with you all. Good to be alive with you, sir. Salutes. Appreciate having y'all here. Again, y'all are the reason I go live. It ain't like you. It ain't the paycheck, guys. You know what I'm saying? That would be wild, but my people in Mexico ain't going for that, Shy. Tell me what they're not going for. Now, and what people are we talking about? Right? Because there's more than one people, right? There's the people at the bottom that ain't got no choice but to live under the rule of oppression that comes from their government and the drug cartels, right? Then there's the other people, which are the government and the drug cartels, right? Which people ain't going for it? Does that make sense, 298? Or I'm talking crazy? Salutes. I'll put this on. Y'all get it on in the chat, and then I'll come back to y'all, all right? Salutes.
The sounds of gunfire piercing the night in Nuevo Laredo. Gang members paralyzing traffic with spike strips. Charred tractor trailers lining the highway.
Is the United States federal government going to control our southern border, or are we going to let the Mexican drug cartels do it?
If you've been following us here on this channel, then you know that Mexico has long been plagued by the brutal ongoing conflict between its government and the many drug cartels that have been operating on its territory.
Mexican drug cartels are not shy about making their presence known along the southern border to the point where they are turning everyday border towns into all-out war zones.
But one man's audacious plan threatens to change the game forever. Imagine this, a covert operation, elite U.S. Special Forces, and a mission to take down...
We got a space squad. We got a space squad, so we might as well have a cartel squad. I got a horrible Donald Trump impression. But.
The most powerful drug lords across the border. And this isn't a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster. This is the controversial proposal put forth by none other than U.S. former President Donald Trump.
Well, we
Donnie
can't have
got
a war with
plans.
Mexico.
No, it's...
What'd he say?
President Donald Trump.
She said, well, we can't have a war with Mexico. And JFL said, you can't go to war with the neighbor next door. I done it plenty. Salutes. All right?
A war with Mexico.
No, it's a war on cartels.
He said, no,
what
it's a war on
drives
the
such
cartels. But what drives such drastic
and
measures?
how could these cartels carry on their operations virtually unbothered, bringing about chaos on both sides of the U.S.-Mexico border? From the indiscriminate violence that leaves communities in terror to the intricate networks of corruption that shield these organizations, let's do a deep dive into the heart of this issue.
All right, let's get it.
It all started with Trump's controversial interview with Megyn Kelly. In typical Trump fashion, the interview can only be described as a total roller coaster that left many viewers wondering what he might say next. The interview opened up with a discussion about Dr. Anthony Fauci, the face of the White House coronavirus task force during the pandemic. Kelly brought up the fact that Fauci received a very controversial presidential commendation while Trump was in office, expecting Trump to provide a clear stance. He pretended to be ignorant instead.
I don't know who gave him the commendation. I really don't know who gave him the commendation.
This bizarre response was a classic Trump move, a mix of evasion and strategic confusion. This wasn't the only unusual moment in the interview. Kelly continued by mentioning this bizarre instead.
I don't know who gave him the commendation. I really don't know who gave him the commendation.
I don't know who gave it. It was one of the wrenches. One of the wrenches gave Fauci a fucking commendation, man. What are you guys doing, man? I don't know who did that shit. It wasn't me. It was one of the wrenches gave it to him.
This bizarre response was a classic Trump move, a mix of evasion and strategic confusion. This wasn't the only...
I'm waiting for somebody to get crazy in the chat, all right? I'm going to tell you why I'm waiting for somebody to get crazy in the chat. Because I got to drop on standby for that shit. Y'all want to hear that shit? Oh, so hit him in the head. Headshot. He gone. He gone. Don't go. Don't go. But it's all love in the chat, so we good. But I just wanted to play it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Salutes to y'all. All right? Jeff said, I give you that one, so I done it myself. Sometimes the neighbor can get it. Rilo said, narconomics, the economy, and stock market would be hit. Yeah, everywhere, I think. Rilo said, I wish I knew the answer. I do too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I asked 298 to differentiate. Because he said, oh, my people in Mexico won't go for that. But who? Who won't go for it? And is there anybody that would? Is there an oppressed people down there? Or are they Stockholm syndrome? Is there people down there that's because in Colombia there was a point where they wanted Escobar out of there, man. They wanted him out of there. They did not want to be under the thumb no longer. Is it that way in Mexico? Where they're like, bro, we can't live like this. You know? Now Rogan and I wish we had more time today. Again, we'll go live tomorrow. Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe were having the conversation too. And he said something. He said, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got a crack house next door. They're not the crack house. I mean, they're the crack house in the sense that they're distribution, but the drug addict is on this side. Don't get it twisted. I know Mexico got drug addicts too. But my point is there people out there that are like, yo, we got to get these dudes out of here. You know what I'm saying? We got to get these dudes out of here. Jonathan said, so the OG ranch sniper. I remember seeing Bishop Don Juan put up a pic with him and Trump. He was rolling with the mobsters. I done rolled with Don Juan. Salutes. Smoke bud in his basement. at his mama's basement. How about that? Tunane Sosa said, we are prideful as F. Ain't no Mexican government gonna let a foreign country come unalive their citizens, and if the Mexican government wanted them unalived or arrested, they would be done shy with no help. So you're saying that hey, drive, dog. Forget about texting us. Salutes to you, bro. I appreciate you. Done deal. All right, salutes. No worries. Do your thing. Drive safely. So what you're saying basically is that if Mexico wanted to fix the problem, they'll fix the problem. They ain't gonna let nobody come and fix the problem. I got you. I think I heard that loud and clear. Salutes. And that is a people. That's the Mexican government right there saying, listen, man. You know, when we need your help, we'll ask you for it. We'll tell you to open up a dungeon and we'll throw somebody in there. Until then, stay out of it. Mind your business. All right, I got you. I'm with you. Let's get it.
Unusual moment in the interview, Kelly continued by mentioning Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and his response to the pandemic, and Trump's reaction was just as ambiguous as the rest. He accused DeSantis, whom he mockingly called Ron DeSanctimonious, of shutting down Florida and following Fauci's advice too close.
That motherfucker think he a rapper. Ron DeSanctimonious.
If you look at Ron DeSanctimonious, this guy said the greatest things. I can give you articles that Fauci's great.
As the interview went on, it became apparent how Trump managed to stay at the top of the tricky political game for as long as he has. You see, Trump has been known to use this seemingly erratic approach in order to create a spectacle.
Yeah, man, he creates chaos in the conversation. He'll turn your shit around, man. Y'all give him more credit than he deserves, bro. He ain't no different than any hustler I've ever seen in the street. He no different than any con man or confidence man that I've seen in the street. No different, not even a little bit. Yo, hit the like button, y'all. Shout out Maya Lansky on the check-in. What up, OG? Salutes to you. Appreciate you, sir. IB say he's right on some level, because when Trump was in office, that's exactly what the Mexican president told him. Told him what? IB told him, we'll handle our own business. Don't you worry about it. JFL said, you think Ruggs is the excuse, just like nuclear weapons was for Iraq? Oh, absolutely. They want to call them terrorists. They want that to happen. It's 29 years apart, but it's the same poison. Colombia and Mexico, absolutely. Same deal, son. Salutes. I appreciate y'all.
That people want to see, which brings us to the topic we're going to be exploring today. In this same interview, Trump went on to talk about his next audacious proposal. He boasted about wanting to send so-called kill squads to Mexico to combat drug cartels.
Didn't Brick Baby on No Jumper say the L squads was in the street? Damn, boy, he plugged with Trump. Boy, they on some other shit, right?
You also said recently that if you're reelected, you would send special forces and, quote, other military assets to Mexico to stop the drug cartels.
Mexico's petrified of the cartels. The cartels are running Mexico.
And so
right there, he just punked the Mexican government. Right? Or did he mean the people? When I say Mexico's petrified of the cartels, I'm saying the people. The people. I'm from the city of Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying? The chairman. It's about the people as far as I'm concerned. You know? But he's punking the government right there. Oh, Mexico petrified of the cartels. They don't want no parts. They don't want no parts of that problem.
the stage was set for this one out-of-the-box idea, using military force to crack down on Mexican drugs.
It's like, man, we send the same dudes that went and got Bin Laden. We send them there to get Bin whoever we want. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's on. He's like, we got these little cold-ass teams of ninjas. Why not use
drug cartels? Trump's interview with Megyn Kelly wasn't just about revisiting Trump's past presidential decisions. It was also a prelude of sorts for his future plans to address the Mexican cartel's growing influence and, even more so, the current fentanyl crisis that's devastating communities in the United States.
They said the word.
The fentanyl crisis in the United States has reached catastrophic levels, reshaping both public health policies and political agendas. Overdose deaths have skyrocketed, and fentanyl is at the center of this tragic epidemic.
The overdoses, drug seizures, and concerns continue to grow from coast to coast.
It is a disturbing trend we've seen. Fentanyl deaths have skyrocketed in recent years, and 2 years ago this week, 3 people in New York City died from an overdose of the drug.
Let me tell you something. You hear a celebrity, or you hear even somebody that you know, friends, somebody from your past or whatever, and you hear that they passed away and it hits you strange, like, what could have done that? That's what's doing it. That's what's doing it. That shit's getting everybody. You know?
Fentanyl's pathway to the
Hey, how's it going? Just got a new shipment in here from YouTube. As you can see, I'm so excited to open these. And now I've got a bunch of these already, as you can see right here. But I'm really excited about these ones. And what I'm really excited about today is the fact that I'm holding a complete...
The U.S. involves a
New York City died from an overdose of the drug.
Fentanyl's pathway to the U.S. involves a complex and dangerous supply chain. The primary production happens in clandestine labs in Mexico, using precursor chemicals, often sourced from China.
Boom, that was gonna be the game right there. Weren't the twins entertaining a couple of Chinese guys in Punta Mita when they got snatched up? Didn't the Chinos get snatched up with them? Or were those no, those were the pseudo guys. Probably the same thing. Probably the same team. Guys were pushing chemicals back and forth. Salute Pebs on the check-in. Appreciate you, Pebs. Thank you for being here. JFL said you need to fix the problem internally first. If Mexico isn't supplying, someone else will. Who's gonna be? It's gonna be America. They're gonna be making it indoors. You know what I'm saying? What if America just wants its business back? What if America say, you know what? It's time to cut out the middleman. We keep sending our people buying up all of their dope. We're just gonna cook this up in Arizona ourselves. Fent is totally effed up, but I'm going to say it. Fent dealers or cartel connected is like saying it was a black guy that did it in the early 90s, mid-90s, and before. It's the buzzword of the century. Oh, yeah, the word Fent. And, oh, yeah, definitely buzzword. The initials. Look at how the news lady at Millennial, how she threw the initials of that cartel CJNG in there. That's buzzword shit. Oh, we got to use that right there. Stick it to them. You know what I mean? Same thing, but Fent, yeah, everything. Hey, Shy's channel, we got to bring Shy's channel down. Why? The wrenches are out there doing Fent. They're cartel connected. Mylansky said, all presidents are thieves, so let's choose the right one. Trump 2024. You just said all of us. So he's the right thief. So make it clear. You're just telling people to pick the right thief. All right, salutes. Appreciate you. To me, they're both puppets with one guy's hands up their ass. All right, one guy got his left hand up one's ass on the left, and one got the right. Maybe it's opposite because he got to put on the show for the people. So the left is on the right is on the left, but they both got a hand up their ass, the same hand. Right, again, shout out Pebs. JFL said the Mexicans already here. JFL said homemade cooking it is. Also said, salute Pebs, the UA Cubana, unauthorized Cubana. Zorada said, it's not good either way with Trump. It would just turn into a dictatorship. He would invade Mexico, round up homeless, and send in the National Guard into cities to fight crime. He will ban abortion nationwide. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know? It's a lot. Me, I stay out of it because I don't believe in the process anymore. I believe the process is broken. It's bought and sold. It's been bought and sold for a very, very, very long time. And here's the thing. Whatever he does only lasts 4 years, though. Like, the damage lasts forever. But I'm saying he pulls on a full-scale invasion of Mexico. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know if I can see that. You see what I was saying about that? Hopefully that came across the way I intended. I can see how that comment will get made into something else. But I mean, like, from what I took from it, you're saying is that, fentanyl and cartel is the word right now. And if you really want to get your point across in government or on the news or the news, Those are the words you got to use. Chucky said there's a lot of Asians in Mexico. They own the little markets on the border. I had a Korean friend who knew Spanish better than most. There's a whole Chinese community in Puerto Rico. You know? Boricua Chino. They're out there. Trump is a businessman. He knows how to bullshit everybody. Also said it's broken. Facts, it's broken. Salutes. So yeah, man. But maybe the U.S. wants to cut out the middleman and say, you know what, man? These guys can't sell our dope to us no more. We're going to sell our dope to our people. We're going to subsidize the dope to our people. Chucky Chingon. IB said, Chucky Chingon, isn't there a Chinese population in Mexicali going back to the 1800s? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. I don't doubt it at all. I don't doubt it at all.
These labs operate under the control of powerful and ruthless Mexican drug cartel.
298 said the crazy thing is, Shy, that cartels got the same hit team. They got Delta, SEALs, Rangers on their team too. And they don't got no $50 AK like Osama and them fools did either. Huh? But then they're going to have to go pull a move on this dude in his crib. You know what I'm saying? If they got it like that. Because what he's saying is, I could get in your crib and you in your crib. If they can't do that shit to him, then I don't know what we're talking about. Maya Lansky said, yup, F abortion, ban it. We had them for 4 years, and I don't remember paying $6 a gallon for gas. Yeah, but you going a little too hard over here, Maya Lansky. This is, you know, relax. Again, you got your puppet, your thief, you picked them, it's good. You know? I'm sure there's a bunch of shit we'll disagree on. I'm sure there's a bunch of shit that me and your enemy would disagree on. They built the underground and then got flooded out when they wanted them gone. Yeah. I've seen videos recently where the U.S., whoever wins, is planning to get into Mexico through military with strategic plans. In Mexicali, really? Wow, I didn't know that. I know for a fact that there's a whole Chino community in PR. And I'm sure it's like that around a bunch of Latin American countries. You'll find these little pockets and shit.
Once produced, fentanyl is smuggled into the United States through various methods, exploiting weaknesses in border security.
Hiding drugs inside these gas tanks so that the customs people have to cut it open with a blowtorch.
The scale of the fentanyl crisis has forced it to the forefront of national discussions. It's not just the number of deaths that is alarming, but the demographics affected. Fentanyl has swept through both urban and rural areas, affecting individuals from all walks of life. The highly addictive nature of the drug means that once it takes hold in a community, it spreads rapidly, leading to a cycle of addiction.
Like what? Like crack? Like everything else that you put in the black and brown community from day one and you play dumb about? Don't sing this America shit to me. You know what I'm saying? America been blowing up its own neighborhood since the beginning. Fuck out of here.
And fatal overdoses. Several major cartels are involved in the fentanyl trade, including the infamous Sinaloa Cartel and the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. These organizations are incredibly well organized, with extensive networks that reach into every corner of the United States. One infamous incident that brought this crisis to the public eye was the brutal slaying of 9 U.S. citizens by the Sinaloa Cartel.
The 3 SUVs were leaving a small town in northern Mexico. Some were heading to a nearby wedding. Others were heading over to the U.S. when authorities say cartel opened fire on the 3 cars.
This incredibly shocking act only highlights the cartel's reach and thirst for violence.
And what was that? You know? What was that? Was that a sending a little message? Who's sending a message like that where you gun up all these kids and shit? You know what I'm saying? Chucky said, yeah, Underground Railroad Chinese. We have an old Japanese camp from Pearl Harbor here where they rounded them all up back in the day. Yeah, because there was internment camps all over the country too after that. It makes sense that they've been there a long time. They wanted the gold too, just like everyone else. The Chinese went to Mexico back in the day to build the railroads just like in the U.S. Facts. The Cacico said 80% of the fent from Sinaloa.
Enraging the American public and prompting calls for drastic action. It is within this context of widespread fear and outrage that Trump's proposal to use kill squads found its main supporters. While drastic, the idea to deploy U.S. Special Forces to target these cartels represents a desire to directly confront the source of this epidemic. Trump's rhetoric framed the cartels not just as criminal organizations, but as a national security threat.
Do you like having a P.O. box but are tired of wasting time and money driving to the post office?
Comparable to terrorist groups. This organizations, but as a national security threat comparable to terrorist groups. This comparison was no accident. It was a calculated move to justify the use of extreme measures typically reserved for international terror cells. The MO of these cartels is just as sophisticated as it is brutal. They employ a mix of violence, corruption, and strategic alliances to maintain their drug trafficking operations. Cartel-controlled areas in Mexico are flat-out war zones with daily battles for territory and power. So, what's being done to solve this? Well, efforts to combat the fentanyl crisis have included increased border security, enhanced surveillance, and cooperation with Mexican authorities. Sadly, these measures have had limited success. The sheer scale of cartel operations, coupled with their ability to rapidly adapt to any obstacle that gets thrown their way, has rendered many traditional law enforcement strategies ineffective. This has led to a growing sense of frustration and a demand for more aggressive action.
U.S. authorities discovered a drug tunnel between San Diego and Tijuana. The tunnel, the length of 6 football fields and 6 stories below ground, has rail tracks, ventilation, and electricity.
Trump's proposal for kill squads was born out of this whole frustration. The idea of sending special operations forces to dismantle the cartel's leadership structure is intended to cripple their operations and hopefully slow down the flow of fentanyl into the United.
Listen. El Trumpito wants to destroy, right here, that's his campaign, just like the eye patch guy. We're going to go after the cartels. But you're going to get him out, but who's going to go in there? Because what do you think, everybody just going to stop doing drugs? You're not going to fix your American drug problem. Now you're going to have a bunch of people out here snorting Ajax and bleach. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you going to do? You're going to replace them. They cutting out the middleman. We no longer need your services. You know what I'm saying? We no longer need your services. Chucky said you go across the line, they're trying to sell you Fetty for $0.25. It's horrible now. Junkies go across to get their fix. Last time I saw a white chick get a big bag pulled out of her crotch, man. I wouldn't, nah. IB said JFL, that's correct also. We have a China Gulch Road. In Southern Oregon, which is where their camps were. Jonathan said, like and subscribe to the great quality content is free. Salud to you. El cacique se puro gente de Señor Trump, a.k.a. El Gringo. And also said the USA is the biggest consumer of everything. Right? If the US goes and blows up the Little Debbie factory, best believe they're going to build another one that they control, and where you're still going to get your Little Debbie snacks. All right? They're not going away. All right? America's a fat, greedy pig. She's not going to just allow, what, they're going to build rehabs? Mental health facilities for people? The U.S. laughs in the face of that arrogance. Never. Right? It's 2 puppets. Right? And each one of them got the same man's opposite hand up their ass. It's just what it is. All right? JFL said, I need to look more into that. Also said it's only a problem when it affects the Anglo-Saxon. Well, it's just like crack. It reached their neighborhood and now there's a crisis. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the crack got there, crisis. Crack into little Timmy's neighborhood, crisis. Crack in our neighborhoods, nobody gave a shit. Europe as a whole has almost twice the population. What's their addiction rates like? Because they're crazy here. The Cacico said USA like drugs, cartel like money and gun. Cacico. USA like drugs, cartel likes money, gun, and blood and power. All right? All of them. USA like the power too, right? But they like the drug. But to say that the cartel like the gun and the money, they like the blood and the power. That's what they like. The money and the gun not necessary. I could use a knife. Mm-hmm. And they're just as nasal hungry, if not more. Supply and demand. Easy as that. Easy.
United States. This plan is not without its fair share of critics and risks, but more on that later. For now, let's take a look at how these cartels are pushing back against the very forces that were designed to undermine their power. In order to fully grasp the magnitude of Trump's proposal to use kill squads, you must first understand the complex nature of the Mexican drug cartels and their operations. It goes without saying that these organizations are not just some petty criminal gangs. They're some of the most highly structured, militarized entities in Mexico, and their extensive networks and deep...
Something new from Casper is here. Hint, it's mattresses. With innovative feel, support,
rooted influence go far beyond their home country. At the top of the hierarchy sit the leaders, or kingpins, who oversee vast criminal enterprises involving drug production, trafficking, and money laundering. Notable cartels include the Sinaloa Cartel, formerly led by the infamous Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, and the CJNG, under the leadership of Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho. These figures are not only powerful, but also extremely elusive, often evading capture or escaping prison with the help of their intricate networks. And that's not all. The structure of cartels is more similar to that of a corporation. At the top, you have the CEOs, the kingpins, followed by upper management. Think lieutenants and regional leaders. And then, middle management, the plaza bosses, who control specific territories. This hierarchy ensures that operations run smoothly, even when disruptions occur. For example, if a kingpin is captured or killed, another leader quickly steps in to maintain order in such a manner that you wouldn't even be able to tell that they faced any disruption. Cartels operate through a combination of legitimate businesses as well as illegal activities. This blend allows them to launder money effectively while maintaining a guise of legitimacy. And the real kicker in all of this? Well, one of the key strategies cartels use to maintain their operations is corruption. They infiltrate various levels of government, police, and even the military, ensuring they have allies who can protect them or inform them of law enforcement actions.
Mexico's former top cop is behind bars. The attention turns to the man who got away, a case that further proves corruption can rise all the way to the top.
This corruption makes it incredibly difficult to dismantle their operations from the inside, as there are always insiders working to keep the cartel's interests protected. Cartel violence is not limited to battling rival groups. It extends to just about anyone who stands in their way, including journalists, politicians, and civilians. This violence is a means of maintaining power and instilling fear, ensuring that communities either comply with their demands or face dire consequences. Trump's idea to use kill squads essentially targets the upper echelon of cartel leadership, the kingpins, and their top lieutenants.
All right, so what happens? All right, so this is what happens. I'm about to tell you what happens. What I just say, either somebody got to take it over, right? It's a vacuum, a power vacuum. Same shit, Chicago. You take the bosses off the streets. Now you got to deal with all of the dudes that was at the bottom just catching the bodies for you. Now those guys are the bosses. By default, they done skipped 12 steps. They skipped 12 steps because you took down the first 3 tiers up there and they stepped up 12 steps. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a monster. Now what you going to do?
Behind this strategy is to strike the strongest link in the cartel chain, therefore disrupting their operations and instilling fear among the remaining members. This approach has precedence in the counterterrorism operations conducted by U.S. forces in the Middle East, where targeted strikes have taken out high-value terrorist leaders. However, cartels, unlike decentralized terrorist cells, have a hierarchical and resilient structure that allows them to quickly adapt to the loss of its leaders. The removal of one kingpin often leads to violent power struggles as subordinates fight for control, which can escalate violence rather than diminish it. New leaders are always ready and more than willing to step in, sometimes leading to even more aggressive and brutal enforcement of cartel operations. The thing is, they collaborate with criminal organizations in other countries too, therefore extending their influence and operational capabilities. The global nature of these cartels makes them some of the trickiest deadliest adversaries one can have, as they are not confined to a single geographical area.
Since 1990, Border Patrol agents have discovered at least 230 cross-border tunnels running from Mexico into California and Arizona.
Come over to this side, do work, bounce. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. They were gone. Shout out Ivan on the check-in. Salutes to you. Ivy said no one even talks about the skiing going on in the banking centers of Asia. Facts. I mean, that's the thing, though, as a humanity, like, some people are just walking through this, just getting through it like a robot, just surviving, and humans are on these drugs, and humans have these hang-ups, and it's like, yeah, again, which brings me back to my less than hopeful demeanor when it comes to humankind. I've heard they have dealers outside bank buildings in downtown Hong Kong for the bankers who run down there for their lunch breaks. I don't doubt it. Chucky said nowadays the risk is too high. Not enough reward for the risk. You get caught with even 1,000 pills, you're doing time, and you're only making 75 cents on each one. Not worth the risk. Absolutely not. But somebody gonna take it. Jonathan said Vietnam and Iran-Contra all over, but worse. And then some. And then, same as in them times, throwing the dope on the street and using that dope to pay for wars, to topple governments. It's all bullshit. All right? There's two puppets. All right? And then there's one man, and he got his hand up the ass of each one of them puppets. Remember I said it. Shout out Yael on the check-in. What's up, Shai? Salutes to you, Yael. Appreciate you being here. All right? We going late tonight. We hanging out. Salutes. It's crazy.
So while Trump's idea might sound like a brave solution, the reality is that cartels are deeply involved in literally any aspect of Mexico's society, and every decision made to stop them has to be carefully thought through. But whatever decision that might be, it also needs to happen fast, because cartel operations are gaining traction at an unprecedented pace, and this can only mean even more trouble going forward. Let's face it, the human toll of cartel violence and corruption is staggering, impacting millions of lives in both Mexico and the United States. And understanding the...
And let's just say one day that the cartels were to turn around and come at the USA. Oh, you know how many disappointed dick riders there would be in the USA? Oh, no, I'm not going to fight my jefecito, my role model, my boss, my king. You know what I'm saying? All the dick riders will cry, oh no, they'll go over there and they'll join the other side. Because they're dick riders like that. Yo voy con mi héroe. Shut your bitch ass.
Devastating impact it has on human lives is key to putting the urgency behind drastic measures like Trump's kill squads in context. The only constant presence in cartel-controlled areas is violence. People like you and me who are so scared that they even try to illegally cross the US-Mexican border because the risk of getting captured by US Border Patrol officers is a far better fate than what they have to deal with in their own homes down in Mexico.
This makeshift encampment behind me can be a lifeline for migrants crossing this treacherous terrain here along the Arizona border.
Daniel made the 5,000-kilometer trip with his two young cousins to escape gang violence and poverty back home.
So
listen.
Civilians are frequently caught in the crossfire, and towns become battlegrounds as cartels fight for control over the territories that suit their terrifying agendas. One of the most heinous practices of cartels is the public display of their violence. Beatings, hangings, and mass killings are used as psychological warfare to instill fear in anyone who might oppose them. The slaying of journalists and activists is also extremely common, as cartels seek to silence those who might expose their activities the most.
But how much more fucking exposed you think you can be? Ain't nobody bringing up nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been running roughshod across the whole fucking Mexico and Western United States and United States as long as you want. Who expose you for what? You out there with it. You know what I mean? You want everybody to see it. You TikToking it. Fuck are we talking about here? I'm going to murk you because you're exposing my secrets that I'm telling everybody on TikTok. The fuck?
Suppression of free speech and political activism creates a culture of fear, making it difficult for the truth to travel freely. And let's not forget about the profound economic impact of cartel activities, because in regions plagued by cartel violence, economic development is nothing short of stunted. Businesses are extorted, and potential investors are scared away by the instability. Communities suffer from a lack of economic opportunities, which in turn perpetuates a cycle of poverty and crime. You see how this cycle can seem never-ending, especially when
I see how this video could remain never-ending. I'm getting tired of these AI things. Notice these AI things. Sometimes they'll start repeating information just to fucking let the video go longer. Catch you looking stupid.
A regular Mexican citizen caught in the crossfire in all of this? It's no wonder that, for many young men in these areas, joining a cartel can seem like the only reasonable economic option.
They are young men just like me. We look normal, but we're sick in the head.
That's a fact.
I see myself as a good guy, but if you mess with me...
Why are you a good guy? And what if... See, if you mess with me, I'll F you up and I'll unalive you, right? What if I don't mess with you? You're going to do it anyway, right? Because you love power and blood and money, right? Just to feel like you the guy, right? That's what you do it for.
Me, I'll f you up. I'll kill you.
If you're watching this, then I'm already dead.
The fentanyl crisis in the...
Let's see. Obviously, that's why you see dudes caught with 100K and more, not 1K. Yeah. Then you're doing life for 100K. People was just making an example. Either way to mess with that shit, it's low class. Obviously, there was just an ex-Harlem. Yo, y'all gotta slow down with y'all thumbs. Y'all got me looking fucking illiterate up here. There was just an ex-Harlem rack wheeler on the Connect talking about. Oh, okay, that's you was trying to. Okay, I got you. You was disguising that rack wheeler on the Connect talking about getting less time for all their crimes because they got caught for the unalivings, not the rugs. Let that sink in. The rack wheeler on the Connect talking about getting less time for all their crimes because they got caught for the unalivings and not the rugs. Yeah, they got caught for the bodies. Also said, unfortunately, Mexico turned into Colombia of the 90s. Chucky said, I'm here on the front line and the real ballers don't like it because the junkie will snitch so they don't get sick. Too much liability. Also said, unfortunately, history always repeats itself. Boom. Salutes to y'all. He said, fat thumb salutes.
The United States has its roots deeply entangled with these cartels. In their quest to maximize profits, cartels have turned to fentanyl production due to its potency and how incredibly easy it is to produce compared to its more complex cousin, heroin.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid, very powerful, 70 to 100 times more powerful than morphine. And even small quantities can be extremely potent and fatal to a person.
The impact on American communities has been devastating, and tens of thousands of lives have been lost to overdose. And to make matters even worse, this ongoing crisis has stretched across all demographics. Communities in the U.S. are not just dealing with the loss of life, but also the broader social impacts that addiction has. Families are torn apart, healthcare systems are overwhelmed, and the criminal justice system is burdened with the fallout from increasing drug-related crimes.
I just think people need to be aware that, your child doesn't have to be a, drug user in order for this to, take their life. They can literally try it once. And from what I understand, my daughter didn't even consume an entire pill, and she's no longer here.
And that lady got to tell that story just to help somebody else and to make sure somebody else knows. Everybody got people that they love. Kid in your family goes and explores and tries something new, and boom, that's it.
Does this make Trump's plan of sending kill squads more reasonable? You can be the judge of that. I'm just here to point out one more detail that's often overlooked in all of this. You see, the ethical implications of targeted killings.
Is the new president, what do you guys think? Is the new president a pro or a con or indifferent for the cartels? We're going to put up a poll. is Mexico's new president. Is Mexico's new president good for the cartels? Bad for the cartels? And I'll add one more. Or indifferent? Mexico, there you go. There's the poll right there. I'll put the poll up. Salutes. Too early to tell. I agree. But there might be people that know more about her than us, than me and you, IB. You know what I'm saying? Those people get to say what they, what they got to say. They probably know more about her situation and who she is than we do, So, we'll see. Ivan, I heard she got snatched. Ivan said, I heard she got snatched up the next day after she won. I don't know if it's true. If that's true, boy, shit.
Also come into play here as well. The idea of kill squads raises
because Rogan read off some crazy number and said that she became president after something like 37 candidates got smoked. I don't know how true that is. Again, that could be American propaganda. Right. IB said not educated enough to make a real assessment, but this is my guess. And my point is that, yeah, there's people out here listening probably that are educated on the scenario and on her. I don't know.
Questions about due process, sovereignty, and, even more importantly, the potential for abuse of power. We can't overlook the broader implications for international law and human rights. The fact of the matter is, no matter how you spin it, the consequences of sending such a squad across the border have the potential to outweigh the benefits by a long shot, and things can get pretty dark.
Yeah, what he don't understand is all it takes is one of those missions to go bad. One of those guys right there in them uniforms to get smeared across something over there, and it's a public relations nightmare, and all kind of shit is going down.
Fast. So now that we've established why Trump is considering firing what some might say is the first shot in a long, long war, let's explore exactly what that might look like. Apparently, the essence of Trump's plan involves sending elite U.S. Special Forces into Mexico with the mission of targeting high-ranking cartel leaders. We already know that this concept is not entirely unheard of. After all, the U.S. has conducted similar operations against terrorist organizations across the globe in the past. And, other than directly tackling the kingpins of these cartels, one of the other key objectives of the kill squads would be to target the laboratories where
and if you're uneducated on the topic and you don't know whether she's good, bad, or indifferent for the cartels, just make a guess and vote anyways, man. We just hanging out.
fentanyl is produced.
If we do not focus on these cartels, get ready.
These labs, often located in remote and heavily guarded areas, are crucial to the cartel's operations. By destroying these facilities, the aim is to disrupt the supply chain of fentanyl before it can ever reach the U.S., thereby reducing the availability of this incredibly destructive drug on American streets. I'm sure you're aware of just how complex the narco paper trails can get. Well, the kill squads would not only target individuals, but also the infrastructure that facilitates the cartel's money laundering activities. By choking off their financial resources, the cartel's ability to sustain their operations would be severely hampered. And don't get me wrong, this all sounds like a pretty solid plan, but there are plenty of challenges standing in the way. The first and most significant hurdle is the issue of overstepping Mexico's authority. After all,
and like 298 said, Mexico gonna be like, Papas, we got a problem, we'll fix it ourselves. We don't need your help. We'll call you when we need your help.
Invading a sovereign nation or conducting military operations on its soil without its government's consent is a blatant violation of international law. And, of course, Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has taken a strong stance against any form of foreign military intervention.
Es un irrespetuoso. Nosotros somos un país independiente, libre, soberano. No somos colonia. No somos protectorado de ningún país extranjero.
And that's without even mentioning.
They want to give you
AKA watch your fucking mouth.
Oh, wow.
That's what they say.
mentioning the logistics of carrying out targeted strikes.
Ningún país extranjero.
And that's without even mentioning the logistics of carrying out targeted strikes in cartel-dominated areas. This is where things get even more complicated. These regions aren't just up for grabs, quite the contrary. They're heavily guarded with sophisticated surveillance and defense systems. What do cartels care about the most? It's their assets. So, obviously, they're going to do whatever is necessary to guard them. And guard them they do. Cartels employ a mix of human intelligence, bribery, and technology to protect their operations, making any incursion highly risky, to say the least.
This is modern warfare. We use war technologies. We use drones. Here, everybody is adequately trained to use them to the maximum.
Special forces would need precise, actionable intelligence and endless support if they want to even come close to them. And let's not forget about the potential for collateral damage. Cartel leaders often operate in densely populated areas, and locales might end up paying the ultimate price just for being in the wrong place at the worst possible time.
There's no security here, no peace, no tranquility. There's only fear. Crying and fear, extortion and intimidation.
Any attempt to take out these leaders runs the risk of causing grave civilian casualties, which could provoke widespread outrage and further destabilize the region. And so, the ethical implications of such actions are significant and shouldn't be ignored. Now, does this mean that stepping in and removing a brutal kingpin, if the opportunity arises, is somehow a bad thing?
My thing is what is it gonna do? What is it gonna accomplish? To me, that shit, going in there and doing anything don't accomplish nothing.
No, not at all. It's just not as easy as it seems. Not only that,
it's really, truly, probably to the point where it's gonna take an enemy from outer space to get humanity to line the fuck up and look in the same direction. Otherwise, it's just looking to eat each other up, man. It's just flesh eating flesh. Saluz also said the new president got other issues in mind, like what's going on in the Middle East. Facts. Chucky said a lot of machismo there. It won't last. So that I said, Ivan, I don't think that's true. It would have been all over the news. Yeah, I think so too. If she would have got snatched up. JFL said the new president's just a puppet of the old one. AMLO still pulling the strings. JFL said there's videos of her taking bribes already when she held a political position in Mexico City back in the day. I said, good point, Chucky. I'm really curious to see what's to come. Also said the USA don't give a fuck. They're going to do what they do. Eddie Jimenez said Claudia was definitely the better candidate, highly educated and more political experience. She's good for the Mexican peeps. She will certainly help the country move forward. Hey, sounds good. They don't give a fuck. However, what her true stance will be against the cartels is yet to be heard of. What do you think the biggest problem is in Mexico? Do you guys think that there's way bigger fish to fry than the cartel's oppression of Mexico? Jonathan said this is spooky because all of the innocent people who have their own stuff ready to back up their people. A lot of people in Culiacan didn't want Chapo or Chapo's sons taken away. Oh, guys, look who's here. I can't read that. I don't know what he's talking about. Salutes.
But without international cooperation, this plan seems doomed right from the start. But what's the alternative here? Surely something can be done. Most policymakers argue for alternative approaches that might be more effective in the long run. Remember when I said that cartels are basically huge corporations? Can a business thrive without its customers? Increased access to addiction treatment and recovery.
But at what point is this whole criminal situation a snake eating its own tail? You know what I'm saying? Everybody get everybody. You pull a heist with somebody, everybody but one of them gets smoked. Because one of them got all of them smoked. It's like, what are we doing?
Recovery services might just be the way forward here. After all, it's been proven time and time again that providing support and resources to individuals struggling with addiction can significantly reduce the demand for such substances. And to add to that, investing in...
Now, does any country invest in the rehabilitation of their people, in the mental health of their people. All I've seen over the last 20 years is more mental health facilities closed and more, you know what I'm saying, newer and more powerful drugs to kill people. Like, I don't get it. Ivy said her true stance could be whatever she wanted to be. Doesn't change the fact that she's only one person, and just like the U.S., there's a lot of power behind the scenes that matter more long term. Absolutely. Chucky said, me too. She'll have to go hard to prove she ain't no pushover. Ivy said, I always say, look at a picture of Obama's face the next morning before, the morning before the inauguration and the next day.
In public education and preventive measures is also essential. Community-oriented programs that educate people about the risks of drug use and the availability of support groups can play a significant role in preventing addiction in the first place. Addressing the socioeconomic factors that contribute to drug addiction is another vital component. Economic disparities.
So what's the biggest problems? The biggest problems be what? Addiction, right? And poverty. Rogan and Billy Carson was talking about, you fix those two things, you fix everything. Now, they fumbled the numbers on how much it would cost to do that, but, bro, you put a dent in that problem, man. You save a lot of lives. You create a lot of future. But that's not what our governments, plural, are here for. All right? They're here to burn it down. This is an insurance job on the planet Earth. They're here to burn it down.
Lack of employment opportunities and inadequate access to healthcare and education can drive individuals towards drug use. By investing in social programs that address these root causes, communities can become more resilient and less vulnerable.
What they're going to do? These guys are going to come with their hammers and force everybody to get lit. It's time for you to get high, buddy.
The influence of
They
drug.
already do that to you in the hospital. I've seen many a doctor make many an addict in my lifetime.
Cartels. Moving on to what's out of your control or mine, and that is, of course, strengthening international cooperation. Governments everywhere need to work closely with Mexican authorities to dismantle drug production. What does that mean exactly? Well, a lot of things. Enhanced intelligence sharing, joint operations, and capacity building initiatives can all improve the effectiveness of law enforcement efforts on both sides of the border, not just the US. After all, why stop at just one border and not try to make a difference in the places that probably need it even more?
Who needs it some more?
The Mexican drug cartel
Salud's death door
issue is complex. It's been affecting millions on both sides of the border for quite some time now. Do you think Trump's plan of sending kill squads to Mexico holds any real water? Make sure.
No, because it don't matter what you do. Somebody else ready to take over. The shit don't stop. And it won't stop. It is what it is. It is what it is. Salute to y'all. Hundreds up for y'all. Shout out 298 Sosa. Hundreds up in the chat for y'all. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Right? Don't be a horrible person. Just a fucking, don't be like the big boss dick rider and, not hit the like button, man. Gotta hit the like button, man. Some of y'all already gotta pay to play and to get a response out of me. So it is what it is. All right, salute. So we went over that. I appreciate everybody's input. I don't know what what it'll be. He says big things. A lot of it is to, gas the people that support him up. That's with any politician. That's with all politicians. None of them are immune to it. Some of you guys have very strong beliefs. You're willing to fight. You're willing to go kick down the door at a Congress or whatever. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? To me, two puppets, one guy, two hands, left and right, up their ass. All right? That's what's happening. I see. Luckily, as the host of the show, I get to pick and choose who I acknowledge in the chat. It's an amazing thing. Unless they put, they gotta pay to play. IB said, I think this is great internet community because it's actually connected in a realer way than I've experienced in this space. It said that connection is the opposite of addiction. That's a good one. That's big right there. You know what I'm saying? We are definitely disconnected a whole lot over a whole lot of things, and then you'll be surprised at the things that bring people together, right? But it's also relative, you know. There's two abusers that want to be abusive, and they get together and they connect too, you know. So again, we're also the I guess good connection is also the antithesis of these fucking animals that target 3-year-olds and this, that, the other. Like, what? It's crazy. Chucky said, don't be ghost watching. You could ghost watch. You're more than welcome to ghost watch, because, you know, when you ghost watch, you're not calling me on my name. And if you ghost watching, the least you could do is hit the like button. Like, that's the least of the least. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the people that have gone out their way to call me out my name, I don't have to acknowledge them unless they pay to play, so they can talk to themselves all goddamn day. All right? Bars. IB said, never felt so consistently out of place and at home at the same time. Sorry, your channel just hit different. Salute to you, IB, man. We in here. We hanging out, man. We talk about what we talk about. It is what it is. Again, you guys feel free to, you know, suggest content and, you know, make requests, things like that. But, you know, we just keep it moving. You know, when I get on, we get on. Like, again, you guys are the reason I end up getting on anyway. I'll be like, yeah, I don't want to do this shit today. You know, YouTube makes it rough, man. They be, you know. Let's see. I be say, yeah, I guess we're all of the age where we've made all the wrong connections already. A time or two. Facts. And again, this is a hangout. We could be somewhere doing the foulest shit in the world right now. We could be out there hurting and oppressing people our damn selves, but we choose not to. We're here. We're hanging out. Many of the days I spend outside, now I'm happy to spend these inside. Salutes. And when I'm outside, it's fuck you too. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my own shit. So it is what it is. All right, let me see what we had here. What did I have here? That was pretty much it, man. It's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. What did we get? We got the 3 Mexican YouTubers. Again, I feel like the guy in the middle, he was up to something. And then you had the lady, the peluca lady. I feel like she caught a bad rap. And I feel like the chin guy caught a bad rap. Sad story. You know? And again, thank you to you guys. You guys keep it, you know, you keep it positive around here. Jonathan keep the positive energy. IB keep the positive energy. I kind of keep shit even keel, because when somebody come in there with that negative energy, I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? But we have a good time, man. We don't have to, you know, we don't have to agree on everything. Right? I'm not here for nobody's agenda. You know, there's people in here. Some people don't believe that abortion should exist. Some people do believe it should exist. You know what I'm saying? That's up to everybody's own shit. Screaming it out loud don't change shit for nobody. Screaming it in each other's face don't change shit for nobody. You know? So salute to y'all for being able to have the conversation. Every now and then I'm going to tell them, motherfucker, you got to relax. You're going a little too hard right now. I do that, they get mad. It is what it is. They don't come back. They ghost watch. That's cool. It is what it is. Grown folks over here, we passed the BS, period. Like, what? Now, dude, the dude that is to be unspoken, you know what I'm saying? He don't get no acknowledgement, because it's like when you had the opportunity to come in here and talk, you chose to come in here disrespectfully and call me all kind of different shit and tell me about how motherfuckers would skin me. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't have to acknowledge you. Now you got to pay for me to acknowledge you. So salute. Salute Zoraida. Salute to IB. Jonathan says, salute Shayo. Thank you for another day of great content. Blessings to you all the committed chat members. Everyone was really engaged today. Like and subscribe to the free quality content. Salutes, man. JFL says, Shy, we need more coverage of the boxing fights. Well, here's what happened, JFL. I went over to that other channel. The first time we did it over here, we got a nice number of people because I already have a following. When we do it over there, it'd be me, Soraida, Young Jizzle, Jonathan, and Oso in there. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then you feel free to drop in. But that channel just doesn't have enough going on for me to dedicate more time than just reactions to it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's stuff that I want to cover. Believe me, I love to be able to cover it on this channel, right? But I needed to get love on this channel. I need people to watch it if it's on this channel. You know what I'm saying? But There's things I want to cover. Is Conor bailing out? Conor bails out on this fight. I don't want to see him. I want to see fighters that want to fight. As far as him and John Jones goes, they've always been the fighters that don't want to fight. Fuck them. That puts an asterisk on their career as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. June 15th, Gervonta and David Benavidez on the same card. Absolutely. There's a couple of things coming up. That Broner against Blair. Blair Cobb is the kid that grew up in Mexico, around the cartel. He's fighting Adrian Broner. So we'll see what that looks like. Adrian Broner had to talk tough to him and shit. You know what I'm saying? All right? So, you know what I'm saying? JFL said we need to cover more boxing fights. So, yeah, I'd love to cover press conferences and all that. But now, all I can do for the Head Kicks channel is main event comes on or main card comes on. I fire it up, and we're there watching. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. IB said this is the Illshire internet home for the wayward grown folks with morals and stuff. Right. And sometimes immoral. You know what I'm saying? But we just not in the gutter with it, man. There gotta be there gotta be levels. Listen, brother, I apologize. No hard feelings on my part. Okay, cool. Salutes. Tank Davis versus Frank Martin next week. Yep, that's going down. Apparently there's a big story about, the time that they sparred. Shit got heated. But we'll see. Again, I'll be there for the main event. You know what I'm saying? I'll be at Head Kicks. Make sure you're there. All right? Make sure you got the notification bell hit and turned on so that you don't miss out when we do pop up over there, because sometimes I pop up during the walkout to the main event because I'm not going to do the whole card, it takes away from my enjoyment of the fights. You know what I'm saying? As far as, I feel like I'm on the clock for like 5-6 fights where I'm trying to watch that main event with y'all and talk crazy. Either or, I'm here for a shot. Salutes to you, JFL. I will see you there. Zoraida gonna be there she said she'll be there for the boxing main events, but we're gonna MMA her out. We gotta find the perfect story and the perfect little mini documentary we could send her so she'd be like, oh shit, I'm in. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get her, don't worry. All right, let me go back to the chat. Let me start up at the top real quick. Salutes to the people that popped up on the other side in another dimension. That'll be the last time that dimension goes live. I will be posting videos in that aspect ratio, but I will not be going live like that. It's just too much. We go live the way we go live. Salutes. All right. Let me see. Salutes IB. Salutes Rilo. Appreciate you. Appreciate your donation, sir. Thank you very much. IB, I appreciate you. Appreciate your donation. Thank you very much. Shout out Philly 500 pounds. Big June. I appreciate you, sir. I send mine in full. Chucky Chingon, salutes to you. Jonathan Pantoja, I appreciate you. Upper Echelon on the check-in, salutes to you. Zoraida, we appreciate you as usual. Who else we got here? Right. 030 North from both dimensions. We saw 030 in both dimensions. Salutes to him. Chucky Chingon, I appreciate you, sir. Let's see who else is up in here. Nathan Wallace, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Young Jizzle came through and checked in. Appreciate you, sir. JFL, I appreciate you coming through. 298 Sosa, thank you. Saw you in both dimensions, too. Appreciate you. Let's see. Dercio, thank you for coming through. I'm going to look into that other influencer that got unalived this week. Shout out Brittany Montalvo on the check-in. I appreciate you coming through. Brother Old Soul, per usual, I appreciate you. OG Wrench Holder, the sniper. Eddie Jimenez, thank you. Saw you in both dimensions too, bro. Meyer Lansky, thank you, sir, for coming through. Don't take it personal. All presidents are thieves. Facts. Shout out Pebs for checking in. I appreciate you, Pebs. El Cacico, thank you. Your input is always appreciated. Ivan, appreciate you for coming through. Yael, thank you for stopping through. Long chat. Big Blanc from the old Mr. Party. Don't trip. You can catch the replay, bro. It's full of excitement and interdimensional shit going on. We was testing shit out today. JFL says Seveda versus Cabrera, July 6th. Right, I'm going to make you a moderator on that other channel to schedule shit. Salutes. Chucky said, Shy's been a real dude since day one. The voice of the streets real. Always recognize real. Salutes to you, Chucky. I appreciate you, sir. Salutes Old Soul. Jonathan said, I'm down for the MMA and boxing content, however you want to go about it, but we'll make it grow. Salutes. I appreciate you, bro. JFL said, Frank Martin got no chance. Good bet in that one. Yeah, man. Might have to throw that little paper down. Eddie Jimenez said, thanks for another great evening of content, bro. Appreciate you, Eddie. Thank you. Wish I had more time for y'all. We'll be back tomorrow, something like that. I got a bunch of videos that I got to drop still from the last couple jump-offs. Jonathan said, play-by-play calls by Shia hit different. Salutes. Zorada said, yes, I got to digest MMA. Don't trip. We're going to get you. We got you. It is in Vegas, so be cautious. Yeah, that's a real one right there, especially with boxing. All right, salutes my brother Old Soul. Big Blanc, you can catch Replay Gang with Smokey Fuma. He'll be in there somewhere. Keep them hundreds floating for show. Stay safe, healthy, free, and blessed out there, everyone. Salutes to you guys. I appreciate you guys on both dimensions. It was worth a shot. We did it on and popping. I will see y'all hopefully tomorrow, and we will be talking about something else. Y'all have a great night. Y'all be safe, and peace.
Where the heart makes sound, one last beat and it might bleed out. I just might leave now, empty these airbags and lie me down. See the lies in your eyes catching up with your mouth. I made my mistakes, of course I never lived them down. You won't let me, left marks on your heart. You will never forget me, condescend me and call me proud. I told you what you need to win and how. I'm a madman now. My worst fears realized, no longer the sad clown, Pagliacci the Pennywise. The point of no return, make them ashes and let them fly. You ain't gon' save them all, so go ahead and just let them die. Murder these emotions, bury them deep inside. If I get any colder, I swear I'ma freeze the shy. All I could do is soldier, marching through a starry night, focused on the end game, finally gon' get it right. Find myself in the light, been fighting for my fucking life, dealing with you fake fucks. I ain't gotta say much, you know what it is, kid. I just wanna blaze up, continue getting rich, bitch, and blow the fucking name up. Built by where I came from, pushed by what I've been through. You deferred my dreams, the reason I resent you. It don't make no sense, you pretend I don't offend you. I'm everything you hate, but if you walked a mile in these shoes, you finally understand why it's not in me to respect you. We come from different fabric, different madness, different venue. We lost our common ground, the bond just wasn't sound. The objective was to come up, and now you bring me down. Now you bring me down. Crushing me inside. cold stares and crooked smiles for what seemed a million miles. Every demon that I let in is out to hunt me down. Burn this jungle up around me, leave the ashes on the ground. Scorched earth, cursed birth, body bags of 4 pounds. This is what we left with, why else would we be desperate? Gunning for each other's heads, wishing everybody dead. Fight the reaper often, but he will never soften. Relentless with his methods, he will put you in a coffin. My mind isn't earned, cause I've already burned. Drowned in the dark matter, mirror shattered, I've learned. You won't take what I've earned, never break what I create. Cause I have made the sacrifices you're afraid to make. My fear is lost potential, being anything but great. Succumbing to the suckers, to the leeches and the hate. Politicians with their speeches in these streets cannot debate. Punch your ballots with these bullets and you'll run and seal your fate. Democracy's a mockery, only the strongest stay. The weak will fade away, and us will see another day. No matter what another motherfucker has to say, I will never let you hold me in one place. Your problems are your own, it's personal, emotions overblown. Living separate visions, conscious overthrown. I trust none of you bastards, I'm safest when I'm alone. It's sad, I understand it's how it is out on this road. It take a gorilla's grip to hold on to your soul. Brute force to stick to the script and not let it go. You can't slip, one false move and you'll never know. Had you gotten up, how far you go, how far'd you go. Hanging from a thread till you dead, cause your partner put a price on your head. Cause your chick was laying up in his bed, she getting details, spilling every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale, a fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you can manage to maneuver the deep parts. You a savage, you can have it, just show how your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, a soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I'll survive, find this lands for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, straight bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really nowhere to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shivering, it's a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dents in your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence, dare you to say something. No sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next, open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think them Bible papers will shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving.